How you feeling there, Travis?
Oh, just ready to dig into this.
Look at
Are you
Mr.
talking
Smiley
like-
over there. Look at Mr. Smiley. I don't know what, but he's excited this episode.
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
Fired up.
I'm fired up.
Oh boy.
Well, welcome to episode number 5. Is that correct, Tyler?
No, it's 4. Wait, 5. It is 5.
It is 5.
We've made it to 5.
Yes. And today we've got our guest, Travis Martin, on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, he's my brother. What else can we say about him? Full-time
He's-
farmer.
Yep. He's big. Big T.
Big T.
Big T.
We just needed something a little different than tea. So.
Yeah. Well, what can we say about him? He's just a good feller, you know.
Likes to play around and have some fun.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You lads.
So here's something I never talked to you about, Tyler.
Okay.
I barely got Travis on this episode.
Okay. So what happened?
Here's what happened. Supposedly, if we go back and look at episode 3, you'll see my belly's hanging out, and somewhere along that, I haven't looked it up or spotted, but I got a snap from him the day it released, and I crossed my arms or something. What happened?
I don't know. Your shirt came up. Yeah.
Shirt came up and
a
got a
good
little roll
piece of
hanging out
belly
at the
hanging
bottom.
out. And
I
I
didn't even
was
notice.
quick to send it to him.
I didn't even notice
was
that.
quick.
Anyways, when I told him, I was like, "Oh, Tyler did me dirty," and that spooked him a bit. That he's that you're gonna do him dirty.
No, I wouldn't.
Yep.
I wouldn't do it intentionally. I promise you, I didn't actually notice that.
But that doesn't make him like
No.
more
A
confident.
little bit rough work. You
So-
know,
Hey,
you
as long
just
as you
did
keep
it.
this shirt down,
I
you'll
wore
be
the
all right.
longest shirt I have.
Yeah,
So
he whipped the long. He was measuring him
That's
out there
right.
in his
That's right.
wardrobe. Just that's the one.
so what I did
Yeah.
to be able to convince him to get him on is I said, "Hey, you know what? We'll let him view it before it gets released."
Okay, so we got to get this thing edited quick.
He'll give me the quick.
Quick.
He'll give me the quick
Yeah.
view.
But yeah,
Nah, we got some time. We got some time.
Yeah.
We got it. Yeah.
so I just thought that could be kind of something funny to talk about
Yeah.
here for a second because I'd almost talked to you about it. I was like, it's fine. And then I was like, tonight's an opportunity.
I apologize if anyone was scarred by Corey's belly rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good thing, on the YouTube where you can select if this video is meant for children.
it's not made for
It's
kids.
not meant
No,
for kids.
exactly.
So I've got a really bad joke.
All right,
We
go
all,
ahead.
we all know that Travis is a farmer, right? So why did the farmer call his horse Mayo?
Why?
No ideas.
No, I don't
Nothing,
know.
nothing jumping up at me.
Are we supposed to guess? I always just
that's
ask
fine.
why.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
fine. Yeah, that's a good.
You want the answer?
Yeah, I
That's
just
a
want the
good.
answer.
It's a good way to do
Yeah.
it because mayonnaise.
I'm not laughing. I'm not giving you. I'm not giving you an
not
audible
gonna
laugh. I'll
give
give you a
him a-
smile. I'm not
Okay.
giving you an audible
All right.
laugh. Yeah.
So we had some burgers right before we sat down here. It took everything in me not to like put the joke out right then.
Oh right. It was coming to the top of the throat.
Yeah, we had the mayonnaise right there.
It's true. Actually, yeah, we did.
So we're gonna start out with some quick 3 questions for Travis.
Oh boy.
And a lot of people know him as Farmer Travis. Farmer Travis does his farming. A lot of people, here's the funny thing. When I first started dating my now wife, a lot of people didn't know he exists.
Okay.
So this is
I'm
why
very invisible.
that's why it's very important to have him on this episode.
I see. Yeah. Gotta let the
It
people
was the
see him.
same thing with our older brother. Call him there.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
thing.
So we got to get this guy publicized.
Yeah. Exactly. Gotta get him out there.
Anyway, so three quick questions for Farmer Travis. First one, I'm going to do one, then you can do one.
Sure.
And then I'll do another one. What would your dream career be if you didn't farm?
So basically, in another life, what would I do in another life? Is what you're saying?
Maybe you're, yeah.
There was no farm to inherit, you know.
You're broke, couldn't buy one.
Maybe you grew up in the hood. I don't know.
No,
So
but maybe you're in a wheelchair. I don't know.
well, then the one I'm thinking of doesn't work.
Okay, well,
Doesn't work right.
let's take that.
Yeah.
out there.
I do think it would have been fun to try being a city firefighter.
Okay.
I think that could have been,
That's
have its moments of adrenaline, I guess.
Oh, it would.
And but I don't feel like I want to be, because some people might be like, oh, so why don't you do the
Volunteer.
whole volunteer thing? And I don't think I want to be on call all the time. But the way the shifts work for city firefighter, I think that would be.
Yep.
I think that would work with me.
Interesting. So
Yeah.
you're one of those guys that, fire trucks drive by, chase them down, see what's going on.
If I got a slow day, I might need to.
Yeah.
All right.
And you're also the one spreading the rumors afterwards too, right? You know, you go find where the fire is. You're making sure the whole neighborhood knows.
That's right. We
Yeah.
got to spread the word.
Yeah,
Get the new barn built.
exactly. All right. So my question for you here is, so Corey asked me what my friend and I's relationship was like on our last episode. Now I'm wondering, what was you and Corey's relationship like
Ooh.
as a kid, and then growing up? Did it change at all? Were you guys always close? I'm assuming you're pretty close now, or were you a bit more of the enemies as kids?
Oh, I would say, I would say we were. It was pretty rough when we
Was
were
it?
young. Yeah. So,
Okay.
see, what you got to realize, there's a 4-year age gap.
Yeah, yeah. You're not right beside
So
each other.
no. So I would think it'd be fun to Corey's working on his go-kart or whatever he's doing,
Yeah,
and I'd want to be a part of it.
naturally, of course.
And
Yeah.
that wasn't necessary. Get out of my hair, like because also then I'd want to drive the go-kart.
Oh, right. Yeah.
and,
yeah.
You don't
and
want-
then supposedly I always broke it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was always, you can't drive nothing without breaking it, and it's always you when it breaks.
I understand that. Yeah.
It's you know what though, like I still swear you break stuff at like a higher level that anyone else does.
But I'm not convinced I run things that hard. I'm not. Like,
No, but like it'll break if you're using it.
yeah, it will. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah.
So sorry, you go ahead.
So, for a lot of years, I was catching up, and then I would say maybe 14, 15, I started catching up, and then I was okay.
Yeah.
I was okay, if he had a really empty Saturday, maybe, but
he could maybe fit you in.
yeah,
in
it
the
might
plans.
fit me in for a little
Yeah.
fun day, but then I would say then from there, we started having good times.
So a little more to add into that. It's like it was a bunch of our age difference, but then also like he's more social than I am. And like he needs people around him a lot more than I do. And so like you'd go back to the computer game days or anything else, and like I can just do that and play that by myself.
Yeah.
But like if you got him on, like the only way he's playing it is if I was watching.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Like I couldn't. I basically couldn't play it by myself.
Yeah.
If there was no one there to be like, oh, nice move. Why did you put it in the rocks? Well, then I wasn't playing. Like I had maybe 5 minutes in me. Like
Yeah.
And so like there was a huge difference in like that, because then like I'm like maybe I just wanted to be by myself and do my own thing, and I could for hours, and he's getting bored, and like you know what a young bored kid does, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. They're the most annoying thing in the world. I've been that kid,
But then so like and then like as you got older you started building like relationships outside of the family, right? And
Yeah.
then that helped a lot as well, I'd say. But yeah, overall I agree. Any
So-
more you have to say?
Yeah, you're not quite the same kid that you used to be, and Corey's learned to accept you.
That's right.
And
that's right.
Oh, sorry, yeah. No, you were never the problem.
No, I was
Corey,
always
yeah.
looking to be
Yeah.
his friend.
Yeah.
You're always a good kid.
Yeah.
Just wanted to have some friendship and family,
It
but
took some time.
yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right. You're all done with
Yeah, I
that?
think we're good.
Okay.
I think we're good.
Feels like a little mini counseling session here for a second. And all right, next is money.
Oh, boy.
Money. What's the most money that you feel like you've lost on a bad deal or lost somewhere? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It's
We can't count the first pickup, can we?
you
it's not
maybe
really
could if you want.
Yeah, no, I think so I bought a group of cows, but that wasn't a lot of money that I lost on them.
Just didn't make as much as you hoped.
Well, I lost money. It just on that group. It just the first year with that farm out east I had, I lost a lot of money, and that was probably around 30,000 because I was turning the pasture into cropland. It just it was a dry year, and then the crops didn't grow for. So that was probably we were combining. And what the combine was taking off was right around paying for the combining bill. So we shouldn't have combined the beans kind of thing. So then all the other past work and
I was gonna ask if that counts though. With did that add value to the farm later?
it did. So how do you look at that? So when you say a bad deal, is that one move? Or is that one because
I don't know. You could tell me a couple of your bad deals, I guess.
Yeah. Tell us all your bad financial decisions, please. Yeah.
let's put a list together,
and then let's see
All
how
right,
much
so-
money as well.
So that was the biggest. If it's a bad deal, no, I
So
would
then,
agree
like,
it
you're-
added
you're-
value to the farm.
But your seeds, you didn't.
I didn't get my money out of the seed, the spraying, the tillage, that type of thing.
So if you would work the land and turn it into pasture, could you do it without seeding?
Sorry, say that again.
Well, could have you to do that conversion?
Yeah.
Could have you done it without planting seeds that first year?
So not well.
Okay.
So if you burn it off the previous year, I would say it helps because then everything starts dying off and breaking down. Which didn't happen because I didn't own it then. But I think in my mind, you still got to start running some crops through it to really get it going a little bit.
No.
But those cows, that wasn't a money making venture. I bought a group of cows that Travis had planned. They were pregnant and they weren't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's a tough balance.
I don't know if well, I bought them with a friend, and I don't know if it was a miscommunication or we just got took. I'm not sure, but
Yeah. And the problem with that though too is they're using barn space where you couldn't
no, we had them on some shelf space. Yeah,
but you couldn't be using that to make money somewhere else. Right?
you could be.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you had other stuff you could have been buying, yeah.
So you're not only are you just oh, I bought for this, I sold for this, and I lost money, but you're losing out on potential.
Yeah, well, we're farmers, our time isn't worth anything, so we try and not calculate shelf space.
Fair
either.
enough.
Yeah. That's adding a little bit extra in that, Corey. Come on, just keep it simple.
Just let's not.
Yeah.
That's not
be
even,
that hard on ourselves.
are you figuring feed in? Depending how much you want to lose that year. Yeah. Very well. Well, I think unless you've got more stories you want to share.
Well, I'm just thinking. You tried running a scam on me when I was a kid.
I tried running a scam.
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear about
All
this.
right,
Let's
yeah,
hear it.
let's hear about it.
So,
All the
luckily,
dirty
Mom
secrets.
was a little bit on my side, so gave me the heads up on it. I don't know if you know about this.
I have no idea what scam this.
So Corey, yeah, I'm guessing, 14-ish.
Right.
Because I'm probably about 10.
Still very
And,
malleable at that age, and you can be persuaded easily.
He goes to the bulk barn,
Yeah.
and he buys a big box of Mike and Ike's.
Mike and Ike's for a good
And
time.
he goes and he sets them on the dresser in the bedroom, and he writes up a little sign, one for $1, one box, for $1.25, or 3 boxes for $3.75.
Right.
And Travis at first he was, do I buy 3 boxes or not? and then Mom lets me know that it's the same money.
That's funny.
All right. I do not
funny.
recall
So,
that at all.
So luckily,
You didn't quite lose money there.
You're at the
we
age.
didn't lose money, but it was
It's close.
you almost had me buying a lot of product for the same amount.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I like to think I was just teaching you how to do your numbers.
That's how he'd spin it for sure. You're at the age to know that more quantity generally means less, but the math just wasn't quite there. I mean, it's
Yeah.
decimal places, How are you
Well,
supposed
that's
to
the
not do
thing,
that?
maybe he did 75 cents. I don't know what it was
Yeah.
exactly anymore.
Right.
But it wasn't like a nice, $1 or $3.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he was
Putting the
he-
change.
oh
there.
yeah, he was putting the math to it. So
Oh yeah.
Well-
I kind of want to just before we move on, I
Yeah,
want
let's
to put in a little time where I was scammed as a kid. So, in our school, went through a little period of time where yo-yos were a big thing. Everyone was doing yo-yos, everyone was getting one, and I badly wanted one too. So then, I asked my dad. I was like, "Okay, one of the guys at school is selling a yo-yo. He's selling it for $10, and it's one of the good ones. It's a good deal." And I was like, and he gave me the money, and I bought the yo-yo, And it turns out that yo-yo had some issues. It was actually like glued together on the inside and stuff like that, and did not work nearly as well as what I envisioned it to, or as it should have. So I'm still a little bit annoyed about that. I'll try to get the guy back. No, I'm kidding. But I just felt like I needed to share that. Get
It
that
had
off
been
my
refurbished.
chest. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was not in working order.
So, I was as I was thinking about this evening, and I was thinking about like different ways of losing money and getting screwed out of money here or there. I feel like it kind of has to happen a bit for you to like learn about like what's going on in life.
So your theory is the only way to learn money is to get burnt by it.
Yeah. Wow, that's really putting it. No, like you can see some stuff.
Okay.
You can see some stuff, but like there's definitely some things that like you figured out and you got burnt. And one of the things I just think of now, and like it happened to me, I saw it happen to you, is we were kind of in the new social media marketing stages, and what people would know as the Wish products now. I never bought anything from Wish, but like where you kind of get scammed on something that's way overpriced, that was marketed way too well, and like what you got did not come up to the standards.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what I had bought, but I know, like you get screwed once or twice. Something maybe. I remember another friend of mine bought a drone. It was supposed to be like a really cheap DJI drone. It looked exactly like it, except it was probably the size of, I don't know, what's this? Like an Aero chocolate bar or Kit Kat versus
man.
like, and had no GPS in it, nothing.
Oh man, it probably like the camera was probably way worse too.
Oh, I'm not even sure if it really had one.
Basically bought an indoor remote control drone.
Yeah. For you, I think it was the smartwatch.
I did buy one. I do not know where it was from, but I never got on to using it.
No, because it wasn't all what it was meant to be.
Was it not compatible? Maybe even
I don't remember, but I just remember it was not like it just wasn't what it should have been.
They were probably knowing their marketing. They're probably boasting like 3D holograms, coming out of it.
Sounds
It's,
good.
advanced technology.
I don't think they quite went that far. But.
Yeah.
And so like things like that, like you kind of like you do it and you learn and
Okay, we'll sharpen up here.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there's some of the big things you should know and you can see. And like I always
So-
say, you don't have to stick your head under the tire of a semi truck to know that it's not a good idea. But there is some learning and figuring out on your
Well,
own.
that's just
too.
how life goes, really.
So, are you big on being able to use your own money at a young age?
I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into that one.
Okay.
yeah, if you
So-
ever
I
have
think-
kids, are you gonna be letting them have their full finances?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say yes or no because they're gonna come back and hold me accountable.
Exactly. Yeah, they're gonna find this.
They will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I think I think maybe a bit of each and it should transition slowly. That's just kind of my thoughts, but I don't
Yeah.
know.
We'll see.
Yeah. Any of you guys have thoughts on that?
Probably good for your kids to. I mean, yeah. No, I'm not even a father. What am I saying? I'm far away from that yet. Give me a couple more years.
All right. All right. Well, we're going to jump into the next section then. And that is back to the 3,000 questions book.
Oh boy.
Basically, how this works is we kind of go through. Do you want to tell me where to stop?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I put my finger and then I ask you the question. Now you can ask for another question.
Ooh, how many retries do I get?
You get 2 retries, so that'll get you 3 total questions.
Okay.
And you can pick any one of those then if
Oh, I can go back
Yeah,
to it.
you
you
Okay.
could if you
Let's
want.
roll.
But all right.
Stop.
Have you ever met anyone infamous and who? I'm not. Travis is going to be like, what's this mean? And I'm kind of like that too.
Infamous? Isn't
you.
that like?
Are we going with that?
Let's hit again.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel
Okay.
like we can do better.
Oh, let me.
Yeah. Start over.
There.
If you could be an explorer, what would be your expedition?
Ooh,
That's a good one.
that is a good one. What would be my expedition? I'm trying to think. So many things to explore. I do not know right offhand. I would like, you know what? Let's just go to Australia and do some exploring. I think we want to see some ranches there, and then just go to the outback,
Outback.
explore the outback.
What are you hoping to see out there, other than ranches? I don't.
You gonna meet up with some kangaroos?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they have sheep in Australia?
They got snakes.
Snakes.
Oh yeah.
I don't like snakes.
But you might go exploring there, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna go on then from there and go to the next part and say what's on Travis's mind.
What's on Travis's mind? Oh boy. So when there's a lot of, push for support local right now. That's a pretty big thing right now. And it's not something I feel I do very well. How well do you feel we should, how well do you feel you should be doing that? Is that a big thing to you? Not sure. See, I'm bad for, if I need some, I go and find it. Like today, feed cart was broken. I was banging on just about every door to find a part. And if I would have stayed local, I could have waited for the part, but they didn't have the part. So I just kept banging on doors, right? And eventually,
So how local is local for you?
well, to me, local is kind of the first person that would carry it.
Like the closest person that would carry it?
I don't think that's fair, though. I don't think that's fair. I think it can be wider than that, but I think it's got to be within like a. That's a good question. That's a really good question.
You got a kilometer radius down there, pal?
See, yeah. Well, the other thing is also when I say that, it normally means like, or it's also normally like franchise versus like mom and pop shop, you might say. So that's the other thing. Are you like certain equipment dealers? They aren't really mom and pop shops, but to me, they're still kind of local. I know the guys there. I still kind of like to deal with them.
By you going there, you're still helping pay those guys' salaries,
That's right.
which is coming back into the community.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, I guess you can look at that from like Walmart, I would say is not a mom and pop shop, right?
No, it isn't.
But like there's still local people working there.
There is.
Um,
But the products aren't being made local, so you could go that route too. But nor are a lot of these equipment dealers.
right. Some of it would be made in America though.
Yeah.
So one of the other scenarios I was thinking about
Okay.
is, well, maybe we'll get to that later. But I think a lot of times I'm not as good either at like I buy my vitamins on Amazon now and not even from Walmart.
Just because it's handy and
Well, it's handy, but I also found out they're cheaper.
right.
And so like I'm very much like if you're not competitive, then in some sort of fashion, then like why am I coming to you? Like what are you giving me that the other people aren't? But-
Well, so in the ag thing, a big thing is like your meats. So, and normally you won't be as competitive. A small like butcher shop, for instance,
Right.
you're not going to be near as competitive as a big chain store.
Meat is one of my one exceptions.
Okay, so you have an exception there.
I've got lots of exceptions.
Okay.
He's got a rule, but he
But
doesn't
like
really
so
follow the rule.
meat, I kind of want to know where it's coming from.
Okay.
It for some reason meat spooks me out a bit if you don't know where it's coming from.
Okay.
Like it's just I don't know, it makes me a little squirrely. Like
What is it? Just not sure.
well, you don't like was the cow down? Like but even then like I'd probably eat a downed cow off of a farm sooner than I would go to Walmart and buy ground beef.
Because you still know where that cow was from, what the
Yeah.
Good
situation
homebred Canadian
was-
cow.
There's just like some stuff you cook up and like you think it smells like there's something wrong in it that you rarely get if you know where the meat's coming from. I don't know what causes it.
Are you sure it's not just your brain playing a little trick on you or something like that? Being like, I'm scared about this meat. All right, now the smell is coming in weird here. You know,
You can't talk about smell, Tyler.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know how it works. This is all hypothesis for me.
So you buy your meat anywhere.
Oh, 100%. You know, cheapest place. Yeah.
But like I don't know what it is, but like that's the one thing that I like to source and know roughly where it's coming from. But like so much so that like I almost want to know what farm it's coming off of. Like so we've got a meat shop just down the road here in town and like we'll go there and grab some stuff. I'll go there before I'll go to, Walmart for anything. Mm-hmm. But I still prefer I get the majority of all of my beef generally from you, and that's how I prefer. Like I know that there's I don't know. I just haven't had a bad batch,
That's good.
Travis makes good schmeat. What can you say?
But like I think like if you ever watch any of those really horrible documentaries of like what farm life is like, like it really isn't like that. But like there's maybe a pig just lying in the poop, and that's it. And it's like an old sow or something, and like I imagine like that's like what
You're
I'm
pretty
eating.
sure
Maybe
that's what's going to the chain.
but like maybe it's more than like so like we cut off the meat, but maybe there's more things getting ground into that ground pork than like what people would normally consider meat.
It's tough to say.
That's like
Yeah.
these are the things that I'm like a little worried about.
Not sure about.
They're fair questions, I suppose. You know, if you can have any way to get like more pig out of your pig, you know, and sell more, make more profits. So.
Yeah, like let's grind the brains into it.
Yeah.
I've probably not, but
I
like
hope
you
not.
know,
Yeah,
That's your fear.
yeah.
it makes you wonder like why is this meat so stanky and why is this not?
Yeah.
Could be a little liver chilling in the meat. You never know. Maybe that's the smell.
Well, you know, there's a thing these days, head to tail, head to tail ground, where
Yeah.
they throw. I think they throw the organs in.
Okay.
So
Is that cheaper?
That's-
I hope.
I'm not even sure if it is or not. I honestly don't know, but it's supposed to be healthier.
Okay, yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Yeah.
So then that kind of goes back to like they're offering me something that the big box stores can't offer me, right? I know where my product's coming from, and that's something I care about, and so they're offering that to me, and that's why I'm buying from them, even if it costs more. You know, sometimes it isn't the dollar, or so sometimes it's convenience, or
So you're not concerned that your cheaper vitamins,
It's just-
they're
no.
putting a little.
it's the same brand.
Oh, it's the same
Exact same
brand.
bottle.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so then like,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're just taking a little more than their share, maybe.
I guess, or yeah, I don't know how it works. That shows up at my door cheaper, but one of the other things too is like service. So like service, we often think right to your door, but service can also be like if it's a complex problem, I maybe want to go and talk with someone that knows that I think will be very educated in that matter. So like on Saturday, I wanted to buy a water filter. Probably could have bought it online for the system that I have, but it has the sticker on where it came from. And I'm like, I don't know exactly what filter I need for this. Right. So I went down there, chatted with the guy, showed him the picture. He's like, oh yeah, and I need, every year you should change this filter, and every 2 this one, and every 5 this one. So what do you want? And that's exactly what I needed and what I was hoping for by going there and getting that. Yeah. But I might have been able to get it cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah, yeah.
But I wanted his
So
knowledge.
yeah. So, and I mean, sometimes you kind of want the guy, right? Like,
Yep.
you go to a certain place because you know who you want to talk to, because you know they're knowledgeable in this area, and you're not. So, which, yeah, that I get to. That's a big one for me. Is like I'll have certain calls I'll make, or certain people that it's like that's who I want to see for this, because I don't know who else knows or who else I'm going to trust with that question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's fair.
Like you're probably big on sharpening those hockey skates same place every time, right, Tyler?
So I know a lot of guys that are. I know a lot of guys are like, I'll only go to a big brand store that I know they're gonna do it right, or even like I don't know, maybe like Pro Hockey Life or something like that. But I'll go to the mom and pop shop in my nearest local town that does cheap skate sharpening, or even like Home Hardware. They have some, and I've heard terrible stories about what goes on there, but they've done the workable job each time.
Decent.
So
You're happy
and
so
they're
far.
cheap, so we'll get her done.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So how do you decide where you buy or spend your money?
For right now, it's mainly just been convenience. Whatever the easiest and fastest. So like, if I need it in a couple days, I'll go and buy it. But otherwise, I mean, Amazon's pretty quick nowadays.
So are you like name brand things, or kind of cheapest thing that you think is going to work?
There are times that I'll cheap out. You know,
Yeah.
there are times I'll try it out. But if it's something that I like, if it's something important, then I will go name brand.
Okay.
But I am willing to do a little Chinese shopping.
Yeah.
Some all similar with this is it's kind of a different road, but I really want to someday have a restaurant that knows my order when I
Okay.
come in. You know, it's like, I'll have the usual, please.
Yeah.
You know, I want to be able to go there and like know the owner and, you know, have a good chit chat with him every time I
Right.
show up. That's one of the goals. Probably won't happen until I'm like 60, but one day. Something I was thinking about.
Reviews. Are you guys big reviews guys? Like, will you like base your purchase or like where you go to shop on like, will you check the reviews of a store or the reviews of a product before you go out and buy it?
I've never checked the reviews of a store before, but
What about you?
product, you know, especially if it's tech, you got to know what you're getting.
Very, very rare. So if I'm buying something at a store, very rarely will I check reviews or anything. It's like only if I'm like online shopping, I might check reviews. But if I'm buying, like if I went to a store to grab a laptop, yeah, no, I won't.
What about if you're buying a car?
Oof, I know you say that's a big thing, but I sooner shoot you a text because you're my guy for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess true. You got a guy, you got your brother, I got my brother for cars.
Yeah,
you know?
works. Hey,
Yeah, like my brother, he gets quite aggressive about it, so he'll be watching this probably. But hey, he knows. He's got his set. I'm like, hey man, I've got this price range. What can I get? And he's like, all right, you got to get this brand, and this brand. Every other brand sucks. This one depreciates in value in the next 3 years. This one's mileage is way too high for that brand because you know that's about to break. And it's like,
And
I don't
this
know what's all
brand's
going
always in
on,
the
right?
shop.
Yeah, this brand's always in the shop, right?
Yeah.
Oh, don't get European because then the parts will be way too expensive, and
Yeah.
so he only lets me get certain cars. Otherwise, he would probably disown me. I don't know if he can do that, but he'd find
he
a way.
could try.
Yeah.
He could try. Well, are you so restaurant? You
Yeah.
were talking. You want your order. So you're going for breakfast Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Are you going to like a chain breakfast, or are you going to a diner, local diner?
Well, I don't go for breakfast enough, but I'd like to think, so right now I go to wherever I feel like I'm still trying to find the best spots.
Yeah. But
Which
what do you find
lately?
normally?
That's been a chain.
Yeah.
And it's not like a big chain, but it's been a chain. However, I feel like if I settle down in the same house, you know, for a bunch of years, I'll find my local diner that I'll enjoy.
Right.
That's the goal.
So this is all coming with age. for
Yeah, this
you.
is all coming with age. It'll come in time.
So if it like after a night of hockey or something, you're finding a franchise.
Yeah. It's the quickest. I mean,
I guess though, like our diners open.
yeah, they probably
No.
aren't. They're not often open late, right? And normally my hockey isn't done until like maybe 10 o'clock or something, right? So
I was thinking about that as well, and I love to be like I love to be the diner guy, but I think I often like maybe gravitate to the franchise more.
Because you know what you're getting, or
I don't know what it is,
yeah.
but then like I think when I'm traveling, I for sure like to be the diner guy,
Yeah.
but you don't always end up being the diner guy.
that's
No,
I
you don't.
felt that in my soul.
So, but okay, how sketchy of a diner will you go to, or like how sketchy of a place?
One thing I've noticed recently is that in order for a restaurant to be good, it needs to have a little bit of a sketch factor to it.
100%.
Like you walk in, and you're like, "What's going on
man.
here?" Like,
I did not think you were going to be this guy.
are they providing
you were going to be this guy?
Are they providing some safe practices? You know, are their workers getting a little bit verbally abused sometimes? Yes. Okay, then it's going to be a good spot. You know.
Oh man.
How do you feel?
I do like tidy. Like I like a clean place, but you'll basically if they haven't been shut down, you can basically get me in anywhere.
Yeah. Because I was thinking about the one road trip we had, and the guy was playing his cards in the back. No one, like, there's literally no one there. He's just playing solitaire.
Nice.
And we come in, and he goes and takes your order. I think he made her food too, probably.
Yeah, he did. He did it all, and like in an orderly fashion.
Nice. Nice.
But walking in there, you weren't sure.
Yeah.
Like the potatoes were, in the hall on the way to the washroom, if I remember right.
That
like
sounds
you're kind of
about right.
walking by the bag of potatoes. And,
That's perfect.
yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So, yeah, I guess I agree with you on that. I wasn't, and I knew Travis was kind of on the same board, but
Yeah.
we should maybe sometime see if we can find a sketch diner to go to.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah. Let's do it.
Then our next section is food for thought, and since Travis enjoys food, I let him bring the question for that.
food for thought.
Yes, sir.
So, you got to live without either steak or burgers for the rest of your life. What you going to live without?
Okay, let's set down some ground rules here.
All right.
All right. So as far as steak, I'm assuming you can have all the different types of steak. Your
Yeah.
T-bone, your
Whatever
ribeye,
cut you
whatever
want.
Yeah, whatever cut. And for burgers, can I have? So I'm guessing chicken burgers are off the table. You're just doing beef, or are we allowing chicken in there?
Ooh. Beef. We're going to
Okay,
stick it.
to beef. And the toppings, can you have bacon on the top? Like, are you allowed to have like the regular? When you think of a burger, are you allowed to have any regular burger topping? Okay.
Anything you want.
All right, Corey, you want to answer first, or shall I?
Do you want me to answer first?
I kind of think it's better if you answer first.
need a little time
I just
there.
kind of had
No,
my
I think I
I just
know
kind
what
of
I
had my
wanna say.
mind on idle while you were talking there. Oh boy. I think I don't want to get rid of any of them.
Yeah.
Man, you want to say get rid of the burger,
You do. You feel like, it's just a burger.
but it would bite you somewhere. Like you're maybe at the zoo or the tractor pull or something,
Yeah.
and like they're fresh out of hot dogs and fries, and the only thing you got left is a burger.
And an ice cream cone, but you're cold already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how we're building out the story here.
You know what would happen to you somewhere, something.
Yeah.
Your option is burger, and like there's no steak in sight. In a scenario like that.
Yeah. I didn't think of the convenience factor. That's very true, though. It's very true.
And that or like sometimes you go to these restaurants, and I'm a bit of a basic man when it comes to food, or a little. I'm not crazy basic, but it's like they get a little too funky with their descriptions and what's all going on in the food there. And like if I can't find myself a chicken breast or a steak or something like that on the menu, it's all some fancy fish or something, and then they'd have a burger there. Most places have a burger, at least one burger that you can get a burger. And so like that's like your backup ticket for not having any of this other stuff. And you'd be screwed there too, but it may probably just be good for me to have a little duck meat that day or whatever.
Yeah, no, I was already thinking burger. I was already going there because I'm just a big burger guy, man. There's nothing like it. I mean, we had burgers before we started this episode, man. Good old smoked burgers, courtesy of Corey. And the convenience factor really pushed me over the edge, though. Because you're right, though. Like, there's so many I'm at like a hockey game. You can't get a steak at a hockey game.
No.
So
Well, it's you want to go out for dinner, maybe here and there and have a good steak, grill one up yourself, have a good steak, on a summer evening. But that middle of the week, you need that burger. You just
that
do.
bread and bun, baby.
Oh.
That's the same thing.
But okay, on the flip side,
Uh-oh.
You got work banquet, maybe your father-in-law is taking you to the keg. Something's going on there.
Okay.
And like, what are you having?
Can't have the steak.
Generally, you don't want anything too messy, so
Like you're having a burger at the keg, or you're having
You're
a burger
gonna be
at.
going to
you don't
like
have
you're
to have
going
a
to-
burger though. You
You're going to
switch
Ruth
it up.
Chris, and you're having a burger.
Gonna have to go for like a grilled chicken breast.
Man,
That would be a letdown.
man,
That would be a
like
letdown.
you barely want to go. Like you
Oh,
like
it'd be a letdown.
It does take the joy out of those
It
special
would,
places.
out
for
of those
sure.
big events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe go to no. I was like maybe go to a wedding and they've got steak there. I don't think I've ever been
That's
to
an
one of those.
expensive
But
wedding. That you know that father-in-law or that they've got some money going on.
yeah,
Yeah.
but like imagine that.
Oh, then yeah, you're just eating the taters or whatever they've got on the side and
Yeah.
trying to enjoy yourself.
But even if like you go to someone's place, we're having steak tonight. Or I'm sorry, I can't eat steak.
I feel like though more often I'm having burgers at someone else's house than steak because once again it's that high-end option. You know, people
is.
are often cheaper.
It is,
Yeah,
but
but what do you-
how are you going to look if you're the guy that turns down a steak?
That's and I mean I'm assuming the situation we don't have any good explanation for it. It's
No.
just like,
You have to just
oh,
say,
I don't like it or
Yeah.
something.
I can't have it.
Yeah, I can't have it.
Let me eat my little potato here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you guys go ahead. I'll enjoy my tater. Yeah, sure you will.
Do we have a consensus? Are we all coming out on the same spot? Are we
I mean,
choosing-
nothing's gonna change my mind at this point. I'm keeping the burger.
Keeping the burger.
I can't lose the burger. Like I eat on average a burger a week, if not more.
Oh yeah.
Like
I think I'm a little more torn than you guys.
okay.
'Cause I don't have a burger a week.
Like I love steak, but I know I can't lose burgers.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree, but like man, there'd be some very unfortunate
Events.
circumstances.
Oh, there would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, now that we've got that settled, we're gonna head on to what was on my mind. Don't really know how to describe it, but it seems that sometimes you get these guys that'll work, real workaholics, just work. Word on the streets, they're never gonna quit. They're gonna be here till I die, or they die, I mean, or whatever, right? Like one day they just won't show up. All of a sudden they retire, and they quit working. Boom! Like within 3 months later, they die. Is that like a thing? Is that like people seem to think that if you quit working, you die, like at that age? And is that a scenario that is happening? And then are you dying because you quit work? Or what if you died anyways? Did you quit work because you felt like you were dying?
Have you run into this situation, like with people you know?
Not that I can think of right offhand, but like you hear about
you
people,
hear the stories.
People are like,
Yeah.
oh, if he ever quits working, he's gonna die.
or like you hear about the guy just retired and he's dead now, like 2 months later. And I actually Googled it,
Yeah.
and like that is the general opinion out there.
So
Not science. I don't think I don't know if it's scientific or not.
Okay.
But like, there's definitely. I'm not just because you're looking at me like I'm a little crazy here, Tyler. It's
I am.
So
yeah.
you've never like heard this?
I haven't.
type of-
So I thought Corey was going a different direction with this. I thought he was talking how people would metaphorically die, like they lose a part of themselves when they quit
Oh.
working. I didn't expect like literal. So
no, like pushing
literally
daisies.
die. Yeah.
Yeah. And well, you got any thoughts there, Travis?
Well, so my one thought is, as you get older, so when you're young, you have all the ideas and things you want to do, and like if you had all the money in the world, you have a lot of little fun little things you want to try, right? And I feel like as you get older, you lose some of them. You're like, someone might be like, I don't really want to own a cottage. That's just another place to keep up. That type of thing. So my question, I guess, is do you lose just about everything to live for, and the last thing you had was your work, and you retire and you finally have the money, but you don't know what to do with it anymore
And that kills you.
because you don't have anything to live for?
Interesting.
That's an interesting question.
Any thoughts, Tyler? Not really.
Man, it's tough to say there's a scientific correlation there.
So let's assume that this happens.
Okay.
That like your chance, or like people die when they not as like a, if you retire you're gonna die, but let's say like it increases your risk.
Yeah.
Especially the guys that go hard until say 65 and then quit.
Yeah.
Or maybe 70. I don't know. So let's say that is a scenario, and that do you think you could avoid it by retiring earlier, or would you just die? Let's say the guy, stopped working and died at 70.
Yep.
Could have he retired at 55 and lived to 75?
So
could have he lived longer if he would have retired earlier?
with my strategy, he could have, because he was gonna go buy his cottage yet, and those last 5 years, things got a little achy in the knees, and he said, "Not gonna do it. I don't want the upkeep.
Can't be mowing the lawn. Can't
Don't
be
want
bringing
the
out the old
upkeep.
weed whacker.
So he didn't buy it. Whereas if he would have bought the fishing boat too, and he would have just kept going. He would have just got into the next rhythm,
His wife got some sort of Alzheimer's or something, and during those years she can't wash windows anymore. I don't think that's how it works, actually. Never mind. Whatever. I'm trying to build out the story. It's not really working.
You forget. Okay, which is like she forgot to wash windows, or which one's Alzheimer's?
Hey, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. No. Keep going, Travis. Keep going.
You gotta know your diseases, man.
I know. Gotta figure him out. Yeah.
Oh man.
So, another thing along that same lines is people if the guy wasn't working, he'd probably go his mind wouldn't be as sharp as it would, and he's gonna lose it. As soon as he quits working, he's gonna start losing it.
I think there's some truth to that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I think there's some truth to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that a lot more than just plain old dying.
So then, are we just cursed to work until we die or go insane?
No, I think you gotta find something else to do, Corey.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Yeah.
retire a little early if you can.
Yeah. If you're set, I think you gotta get out.
Mm-hmm. Get out before while the getting's good.
So the where you see it happen, though, you think more is with these guys that their work is kind of their life, their identity, and that's what they do, and they probably don't have another hobby going on.
I have no science backing behind my theory, but that's the strategy I'm going with here. Yeah.
It was interesting. That was some of the other people's opinions as well.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Wow. Interesting.
I read a forum and some people sharing what their thoughts were.
Well,
Interesting.
Corey, you shouldn't have any worries then. You've got so many hobbies always on the go. You'll be all good.
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna have to worry about dying after retirement.
Yeah.
I'll probably die before retirement. So the other thing that they mentioned, or no, I wonder if it was maybe a wife mentioned this somewhere along the line when we were talking, is especially as you're older, not working could mean less physical activity. If some people's minds of retirement is I'm just going to sit around and do nothing. Yeah, I'm not going to have another passion or a hobby to pursue. That's kind of, and I'm not going to have a purpose in my life. And that could come with less exercise, which could be enough to tip someone over the dead scale when you're that old, right?
I don't
suddenly
know how this type of thing works.
you get you're not getting exercise, and maybe you gain 20, 30 pounds on a dude that's already heavy, and
the old ticker starts slowing down.
yeah, heart attack, boom, gone. It's just something that tips you over. Maybe you get a blood clot because you're not moving around as much anymore as you used to. There was stuff like that. But then that often also kind of comes with your theory, right? Like if someone does have a pretty good hobby, they potentially are staying active.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like also like old age, having a walking, it's just getting out and going for a walk or even a light jog. Keep moving no matter what, as long as you can, as long as you're able. I feel like that's very necessary. Just from what I've seen in old people. Not there yet, but
what about like the mind though, like for like purpose?
That's tough to say. I don't know. It might kill you if you don't have a purpose, but I don't know.
I know my grandpa used to be big on playing some games to keep his mind sharp. He liked the old farming game because he had a bit of money counting in there, right?
Yeah.
And
Math.
keep the mind sharp and
Farming, who doesn't love a good farm?
That's right. And I think he liked his like little crossword puzzles or Sudoku or whatever they were.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
That type of thing. So
that's good. I think it's important to do that too, but if there is a correlation there, I consider me spooked. I will be doing Sudokus the rest of my life. If that's the case.
Yeah, just don't get too absorbed in your job or just don't quit. That's the other thing.
I guess. Hey, that's the thing we're leaving out here. You can just keep going.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you love it then.
Yeah.
Pull like
So the question is, how far can you go if you just keep going?
I think there's all opinions here, but like there's some things that like you just can't help it. Like if you're gonna die, you're gonna die. It's your time. It's your time. So I don't think there is like a definitive like how long can you push it, but like I think I don't know. It could maybe make you
Along
last.
with exercise is good here. A lot of that's what's backing
And
a lot
purpose.
Of this. Yeah.
I think because like what is getting you up out of your bed or chair in the morning to get exercise.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some people that do very well at like I'm getting up to exercise because I need to exercise, but I'm very much I get tricked into exercising.
Oh, same story here. Let's do something fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then if like you've got something, a passion or purpose that like includes you moving, then you're more likely to stay active.
Yeah.
I would think.
Yeah. No, I think so.
Yeah. I wonder though, like if you like there's the Warren Buffetts out there. Like I forget what all hit. Like how old is he? Do you know?
I do not know, but he's got to be getting up there.
He just keeps on going, and he's like, isn't he a McDonald's guy? Or like has
Maybe he
his Coke
was.
and his Big Mac every day or something.
Maybe he was. I'm not sure.
And but like
Kidney failure is looming.
yeah, but he's like old enough that anyone's kidney could fail at that age.
He's
I
got
think.
titanium kidneys. Never mind. He's good.
Well, it's just like I don't know, just one of those guys, and like very still involved in what like in the investment world and all that, and just keeps doing his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think we're gonna
Tyler.
call it and wrap it up. If we've got a quote from Travis yet, do we got a quote?
Yes. Big quote time, baby. Let's go.
To the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon.
Just to the moon. That's all.
That was the quote. Oh, okay.
When you know, you
for
know.
sure.
When you know, you know.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Thanks everyone for watching, listening. You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Spotify.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Also Instagram.
I guess. Oh yeah, we got an Instagram account now.
Yeah. Feel free to give us a subscribe,
Yeah.
follow, whatever. Anything else you want to plug in there yet, Travis?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Make sure to say hi to Travis in the comments.
Yes.
Hi, Travis. That's exactly what you're supposed to say. If we can have one person say it, that's all that matters.
Yes. All right. Thank you very much.